this video, we're going to be using EFT tapping to release the resistance that might be stopping us from making changes in our life that are beneficial. A piece and part of us always wants to keep us safe. We can think of our identity as our ego. And when I say ego, I don't mean that you're egotistical or egocentric. It's just another term to identify your identity. And that part of you wants to stay safe, wants to keep you safe. So if you try to do anything drastic or anything that's really changing or shaking things up, a piece and part of you is going to try to keep you the same. It's going to try to keep you safe, right where you are. Because anything that disrupts the status quo or dysregulates your perceived feeling of homeostasis or regularity is going to feel intimidating and scary on some level. And that's going to come up as resistance. So what might happen is you might self-sabotage yourself. You might try to engage in a new behavior or a new thought pattern and find yourself slipping back into your old patterns very quickly. So we're going to set the stage so that you can progressively begin to notice where you want to change, how you want to change, releasing the resistance and the blocks that will cause self-sabotage. And we're going to term that resistance, and we're going to release as much resistance as possible in this tapping session today. So if you participate with me, you're taking full and complete responsibility for your own well-being, and just tap where I tap. These are specific acupressure points that we utilize, and say what I say. And I urge you to keep your journal nearby. If specific memories or events are going to come up for you, as they might, which happens a lot with tapping, just write down anything that does come up. Write down any specific memories, names, faces, events, even if they seem like they happened a long time ago or that they might seem unrelated. Write it all down and just keep tapping. As you tap, you might notice an intensification of certain emotions. That means you're on the right track. It means that you are hitting the nail on the head. And as you keep tapping, you will eventually notice a shift in terms of a change in the thought or emotion that you're focusing on, or the physical symptom, or shifting. So it might go to a different part of the body, it might start to feel different, or it might start to trigger other related branches or other related segments of that issue that we are going to address in time. So just stay open and stay curious. All right, we're going to jump in, tapping on your karate chop point first, and we're going to start with, even though I'm blocking my own change, my own transformation, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I'm blocking my own transformation because I want to stay safe, I accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I'm blocking my own transformation because I'm resistant to change, but I'm not going to beat myself over it. I'm going to love and accept myself deeply and completely with total and full compassion. Even though I'm blocking my own transformation, I'm not doing it consciously, but it might be subconscious, it might be from long ago, a defense mechanism, a subconscious way of protecting myself. I'm acknowledging it with love and compassion. I'm sending myself full love and compassion, even though I'm resistant to change. All of this resistance to change, all of this fear of the unknown, resistance to change, fear of the unknown, resistance to change, keeping myself safe right where I am. Even though the unknown is scary, I accept myself deeply and completely. I don't know how things will turn out if I change. I'm not happy with how they used to be, and I'm open to seeing things differently, open to changing myself and my life. Even though it feels scary to do that, because there's a lot of fear around the unknown, I acknowledge my fear with love and compassion. I love and accept myself deeply and completely, even though I feel scared. Scared of change. It's normal. It's natural to be fearful when things are changing. I honor myself and my messages of fear. I honor my body and my mind and the messages of fear. I honor my mind and body and all of these messages of fear. I'm acknowledging my fear, the fear of the unknown, this fear of change, this fear on every and any level. I'm loving myself through it, and I'm acknowledging the fear that might be there, even though I'm noticing different aspects of my resistance to change. I accept myself deeply and completely. I might have blocked those aspects out, unable to recognize, unable to acknowledge them, unable and unwilling to recognize my fear of change. I accept myself deeply and completely. I now choose to acknowledge all anchoring and illuminating traumas and memories, feelings that are associated with changing, with transforming. I accept myself deeply and completely. I accept myself with full love and compassion, acknowledging all the aspects of my resistance to change, acknowledging all the aspects of my resistance to change, acknowledging all aspects of my resistance to change, acknowledging all aspects of my resistance to change, acknowledging any and every aspect of my resistance to change, acknowledging any and every aspect of my resistance to change, acknowledging any and every aspect of my resistance to change, acknowledging any and every aspect of my resistance to change. Even though I'm still feeling resistant to change, I accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I'm still feeling resistance to change, I accept myself deeply and completely. Even though I'm still feeling resistant to change, I accept myself deeply and completely. This resistance to change, it's keeping me safe. It's protecting me. My inner being, my subconscious mind, try to protect me at all costs. I acknowledge and honor that protection. I acknowledge and honor my own mind and body's ability to protect me and keep me safe. And I know there's a value there. I know there's a value in that fear and that resistance to change. But now that I've acknowledged the value, I'm open to releasing it because it no longer serves me. I'm now becoming open to acknowledging and releasing all of my resistance to change. I'm now becoming open to acknowledging and releasing all aspects of resistance to change. I'm now becoming open to acknowledging and releasing all remaining aspects of resistance to change. All remaining aspects of my resistance to change. All remaining aspects of my resistance to change. All of my remaining aspects of resistance to change, all of my resistance to change, all of my remaining resistance to change, all of my remaining resistance to change, all of my remaining resistance to change, all of my hesitancy to change, feeling hesitant, even though a little bit of me is feeling hesitant to take the actions, to take this step of transformation. There might be a lot connected to this for me. I choose to take it one layer at a time, one aspect at a time. I choose to heal, to acknowledge and give a voice to whatever aspect of resistance is ready to be healed now. I love and accept myself no matter what. I choose to give a voice to whatever aspect of resistance to change is making its way to be known now. With love and compassion, I'm fully acknowledging, with love and compassion, any remaining aspects of my resistance to change. Whatever aspect is most available to transform, most available for healing and releasing, I'm acknowledging with love now. Releasing all aspects of resistance to change, any aspect of resistance to change that's making its way to me, to making its way to being acknowledged. I'm loving myself through it. I'm loving myself with compassion all the way through this resistance to change, acknowledging any and every aspect of resistance to change, acknowledging the aspects of resistance that are ready to be voiced, that are ready to be cleared. I'm now seeing the benefit of voicing my fears and concerns. I'm now seeing the benefit of releasing this resistance to change. I'm getting more ready than ever to make positive changes that stick. I'm ready to take changes one step at a time. I'm releasing every last bit of resistance to change, every last bit of resistance to change, every last bit of resistance to change, every last aspect to this resistance to change, every last bit and parcel and piece of this resistance to change, every last layer of this resistance to change, every last secondary benefit that there might be to this resistance to change. There might be a lot of secondary benefits associated with staying right where I am. Even though it's comfortable and safe, staying exactly where I am, being exactly who I am now, even though that feels really comfortable and safe, I I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And I acknowledge there's a larger part of me that's craving change and transformation. I know I can only take it one step at a time. And I'm feeling more ready than ever to release all the resistance in my way. And I'm really feeling more capable than ever of embracing change one step at a time. I'm acknowledging, illuminating, and healing all anchoring images, memories, and traumas associated with my resistance to change. I'm loving myself through it. Even though it feels safe and comfortable to be right here where I am, a part of me doesn't want to be here anymore. A part of me is craving a big change, a big transformation. A part of me wants this really badly, more than anything I've ever wanted before. And now I'm choosing to take the steps. The first step is releasing every bit of resistance to change. I'm so ready now. I'm so ready for change now. I'm feeling ready for change. And I choose to love and accept myself through it. Even though it's still a little bit scary to think about not succeeding with this change, not being able to follow through with this change, another disappointment that might be ahead of me, I'm acknowledging that fear as well. I'm acknowledging every last fear that prevents me from changing. Acknowledging every last fear that prevents me from changing. I'm acknowledging every last fear that prevents me from changing, acknowledging and illuminating and sending myself love through every single fear that pops up for me. Every single fear that pops up for me as I try to make positive changes. Every last bit of fear that comes up for me as I change and transform. Every last fear is illuminated and acknowledged with love now. Every last fear. Even though I'm afraid, I accept myself deeply and completely. Even though a part of me is deeply afraid of change and what the repercussions might be. I might disappoint myself, I might disappoint others, but I'm also seeing a larger perspective. A larger perspective is pushing me, is urging me to go forward with a perspective that acknowledges change is good. Change is needed and necessary, and I'm getting ready for change. I'm getting excited for change. I'm aligning fully and completely with the types of changes that benefit me most, and I'm pacing it. I'm pacing these changes so that I can do them at a pace that feels good for me. I'm releasing my resistance to change. I'm acknowledging my fears around change. I'm acknowledging all the messages that I've learned from my past about change, and I'm taking all of that information. I'm gathering it up, and I'm sending myself love as I process what change truly means to me. I'm changing in the ways that benefit me most, and I'm releasing any unnecessary ideas and beliefs that no longer serve me as they pertain to change and transformation. Transformation now feels safe for me. I'm now excited about the changes that lie ahead, and I'm loving myself deeply and completely through it. Even though there are still some bits of fear as I attempt to change, I accept and acknowledge them now with love and compassion. Accepting and acknowledging all the little bits of fear and anxiety left when I think about change and transformation. Accepting and acknowledging all the bits of fear that are left as I face the idea of changing and transforming. All the bits of fear and resistance that are still in my way, I'm acknowledging each one of them. I'm acknowledging with love and compassion each and every aspect of this fear and anxiety that comes up as I think about changing. This fear of change, this fear of change. Even though there's just the tiniest little bit of resistance, this tiny bit of fear left, this tiny bit of discomfort with change and transformation, I am acknowledging it now. I'm acknowledging it comes from a place of wanting to be safe. And I'm providing myself a space, a container of safety, so that I can transform at the pace that feels good for me. I don't need to rush the change, I don't need to force the change, but I know on some level that I want it. I'm dedicating myself, I'm committing myself day by day to being the new version of me, even though it's a little bit scary. Even though I'm a little bit scared and hesitant because there might be some outcomes and repercussions that I'm a little bit scared of, I choose to acknowledge that fear now. acknowledging all the fear and resistance that's left, acknowledging all the fear and resistance that's left, acknowledging all the fear and resistance that's left within me, acknowledging all the fear and resistance that's left within me, acknowledging all the fear and resistance that's left within me, acknowledging all the fear and resistance that is left within me, acknowledging all the fear and resistance that's left within me, acknowledging and releasing all the fear and resistance that's left within me. Even though there's just this tiny bit of resistance and fear left, I accept, acknowledge, and love myself through it. I completely and deeply love, honor, and accept myself with full compassion, even though there's still this tiny bit of resistance left, but I love, honor, and accept myself anyway. This little bit of resistance to fear, this little bit of resistance and fear to change, little bit of resistance and fear to change, a little bit of resistance and fear left as I think about change and transformation, as I take the steps to change and transform my life on a daily basis. I'm acknowledging with love the fear and resistance that's there. I'm acknowledging with love the messages that my mind and body are providing to me through my fear and anxiety. I'm acknowledging the information that it provides me. And now I embrace my anxiety and fear about change as information. It's information that I'm gathering about my outside world. It's helping me make decisions. But a greater part of me is taking over now, my larger perspective, the part of me that is ready for transformation and change, the part of me that is eagerly evolving into the best version of me. And I'm giving myself full permission to embrace that new version of me that is free of the past. And I have learned the messages that I have picked up over the course of a lifetime. And I am now willing and able to see things differently. I am releasing and relinquishing the power of fear and anxiety over my body and my life. I am now releasing the resistance that was once there to change and transformation, and I am wholeheartedly embracing change and transformation on every level because I know it supports the best version of me. I'm releasing and relinquishing the power of fear and anxiety over my mind and body. Releasing and relinquishing all the power of fear and anxiety over my ability to change. I am now a sovereign power, able to create my own life. I embrace my own power as a powerful thinker, a powerful feeler, a powerful person in this energetic universe, and I am relinquishing the power of anxiety and fear in my life. I am now embracing with open arms the concept of change and transformation. I am now choosing to see things differently. I'm now embracing the concept of change and transformation that benefits me most. I am now feeling eager and ready and willing to embrace the changes that benefit me most. I am now feeling excited about the changes that benefit me most with love and full compassion for who I am. I'm acknowledging with love and full compassion the excitement that awaits me as I transform, as I commit to making transformational steps every day. As I commit to making more and more changes that benefit me, one change at a time, one commitment at a time, that I keep to myself, that I make to myself and I keep for myself. I'm working towards that version of me that is improved, and I'm creating a life that supports that wonderful feeling of knowing that I create my reality. I'm releasing every last bit of resistance to change and transformation. I'm releasing every last bit of fear and anxiety that comes with the territory of change and transformation. I am now embracing that energy as excitement. I am now embracing the energy of change as excitement, and it's fueling me so that I can make the right decisions day by day. And I am now feeling worthy and accepting and excited about the changes that I will make, one step at a time. I'm sending myself full love and self-compassion for the changes that lie ahead. Full love and self-compassion for the changes that are ahead of me. Full love and self-compassion for the changes in my thinking, for the changes in my thought patterns, for the changes that I choose to make as I catch myself in my old patterns of thinking, in my own patterns of feeling, and I re-regulate myself. I recalibrate myself, and I'm learning more and more about how to do that in ways that work for me. And today I'm embracing this new version of myself that is open to change and transformation. Today I'm doing that with love and compassion. Today I'm sending love and compassion to the old version of me that was scared and anxious when I was thinking about change. Today I'm loving myself through it with full love and compassion. I'm loving myself completely from the tips of my toes to the top of my head. Every ounce and piece and particle of my being is now opening up a little more. Opening up a little more to change and transformation. I'm taking it one step at a time. Opening myself up completely to change and transformation, one step at a time. Opening myself up completely to change and transformation, one step at a time. Opening myself up to change and transformation completely, one step at a time. Opening myself up completely to change and transformation, one step at a time. Opening myself up completely to change and transformation, one step at a time. Opening myself completely to change and transformation, one step at a time. Deep breath in, hold at the top, exhale. I am so proud of you for taking this step today and participating in this tapping video. If you've noticed anything specific coming up for you, please continue to tap and know that each day is a new beginning. Each choice in your day is a new beginning. And you can choose to make the decisions that support the best version of you. Sending you so much love. I'll see you in the next video.